How's it going, guys? I know I've been gone for a little while, but for these next few videos, we're going to be talking about some of the top players in the league, all in the running for the MVP award. This year definitely has a deep running of candidates, all with their fair share of the award, and unlike many seasons, we haven't really seen a clear winner come through. So I thought it would be fun to take a look into some of the top guys who have a chance at the award, and both build up their case, explain why they might win the MVP, and on certain guys, also say why they probably won't be winning the MVP. But since you guys love hearing me talk about the Phoenix Suns, I figure we start the series off by talking about the Suns' best player, Devin Booker. Devin Booker is someone who I think shocks many people as even being in the run for the MVP award this year. Devin sits as the best player on the best team in the league. He's currently averaging 26 points per game, 5 rebounds, 5 assists on solid shooting splits. On the court, Booker has made his game much more well-rounded, including displaying a good passing game, but more importantly, his defense has been much improved from the years prior. Now, being surrounded by good defenders, and with Phoenix always having at least 2 or 3 high-end defenders on the court, of course will make Booker look better. But this year individually, Booker, maybe not being an elite, has been a good, if not even great, defender for Phoenix. We won't ever be seeing him take on the #1 guy on the other team, but he definitely does his part in playing good team defense and leading Phoenix to one of the best defenses in the league. Offensively, we all know his story. Booker may not be the most athletic guy, but he is very methodical in the way that he can attack defenses. He can hurt them at any way on the court. He's a good 3-point shooter, he's a good finisher, and he is one of, if not the best mid-range shooters in the league this year, up with guys like Chris Paul and DeMar DeRozan. Looking at the advanced stats, this is also probably the best year of Booker's career. His box plus minus is at a career high. This is the first time in his career he's not a negative defensively. His win shares per 48 minutes is a career best. His turnover percentage is a career low. He's been one of the best opening and closing guys in the league. He's 3rd in the league in points scored in the first quarter, scoring 9 in the first quarter, and he's still towards the top in the fourth quarter scoring, putting up about 5 points in the fourth quarter per game. By all accounts, this is the best year of Booker's career, and he has gone far beyond the guy who puts up big stats on a small franchise. He is having a career year, all while leading the Suns to the best season in their franchise's history, all while being possibly the best shooting guard in the league, depending on how you value James Harden. But still, I know you were surprised to hear Devin Booker and the word MVP, and if you dislike or click off the video already, well, thank you for staying around. I think it's pretty understandable that you don't really see him that way. Despite having a claim to the best at his position, many would not put Booker in the top 10 conversation of the league. Most people certainly would place him in the mid-teens, but Booker still is not a household name or that NBA superstar status. His efficiency has actually been down a tiny bit when compared to last year's. It's not too much of a concern, but given the amount of offensive talent that Phoenix has, you would expect him to do a little better efficiency-wise. Booker can also be incredibly streaky. When he is on, he is as good as just about anybody in the league and has a claim to one of the best scorers in the league. When he is on, he can also lead an NBA team to the finals as we saw last year. But for every big performance Booker has, he can also combine that with a pretty horrendous shooting night. And while Booker is a pretty competent playmaker, defender, and leader for the Suns, if he isn't putting the ball in the hoop, his contribution can be quite limited. The other factor overshadowing Booker's MVP case is his teammate Chris Paul. Now, Chris Paul and Devin Booker combined for what could be the best backcourt in the NBA, which is obviously great for the Suns and great for them winning, but individually, it can tear down Booker's case. For one, some people may argue that Chris Paul is even the better player of the two, or even that Chris Paul is more deserving of the MVP. Before he got injured, we actually saw some rankings put Chris Paul in the 3 or 4 rank for him winning the MVP, and we really only saw him start to slide after Paul was injured. So while Chris Paul and Devin Booker have both made their case as to why they should be both in the race this year, both of them actually in the running for MVP is hurting their other's case. But if you know anything about these Phoenix Suns, you know that winning the MVP is not a main concern. Obviously, I'm a Suns fan, and obviously, I'm pretty delusional, but even in my biased take, I don't think we're going to be seeing Devin Booker finish nowhere near the top of the MVP voting. I doubt he's going to receive any first place votes, but I certainly think there's going to be more than a few people who are going to have him and mark him on their ballots. Along with likely getting what will be his first All-NBA appearance this year, I think we're going to see him finish around the 6 or 7 mark when it comes to total MVP votes. And the few votes he will get, he is definitely deserving of them. His name deserves to be at the table, but right now, he is not the one who's leading the table. It is still too early in his career, which is strange to say for a guy who's been in the league for 7 years? it's too still early for him to be in that MVP running. Don't get me wrong, Devin Booker has definitely been one of the best players in the NBA this year, and he certainly will make a case for being one of the top 10 guys to finish in MVP voting. So what do you guys think? Am I crazy for thinking that Devin Booker and the word MVP belong in the same sentence? Or do you guys also agree with me that Devin Booker has been criminally underrated and this will be the year he finally gets the recognition he deserves? Comment down below and I'll catch you guys later.